Hi guys, so today we're talking everything Splatoon 3. If you're unaware, last week a new Splatoon 3 Nintendo Direct presentation was released that included a whopping 30-minute showcase of pretty much everything we can expect from the game, which launches September 9th. Amongst all the new information, gameplay and showcases, there was of course a section dedicated to the new and returning weapons coming to Splatoon 3. In this video I'm going to be taking you through all the new weapons coming to the game at launch. Now first up, let's quickly talk about returning weapons. It was confirmed early on that every single base weapon from Splatoon 2 will be available in Splatoon 3. So yeah, that's already a lot of weapons. The devs also confirmed that we can expect new content over the next 2 years, which will also include new weapons. Speaking of which, let's get on to the new primary weapons. So first up we have the Stringer class of weapons, which are basically ink bows, and I mean, who doesn't love a good bow and arrow? Whilst it may depend on the variant, as far as we have seen, the bows have both a semi-automatic fire mode as well as a more powerful charge shot as well. My favourite feature of this weapon class though is the vertical shooting mechanic. Some, if not all, stringers can do this, and I think it's a really great way for bow users to gain a height advantage quickly and effectively. Moving on to the next new class of weapons, we have Splatanas. Now, initially these seem to work very much like the paintbrush weapons, but they look like they have a bit more range, and you can charge it up for a power attack, which from the footage can do some serious damage up close. From descriptions on the various Splatoon Twitter pages, the Splatanas are thin and easy to handle, so you are going to be quite mobile when using these, and they eject a moderate amount of ink. Continuing with Splatanas, another variant of these was recently revealed called the Splatana Stamper, which has already been renamed by the community as the Chainsaw. I mean, look at that thing, that's got to do some serious damage. Some new trailers posted by Nintendo Japan last week revealed this weapon in action. We don't see it for long, but it is there. It was also confirmed by the Splatoon Japan Twitter page that this is in fact the heavier version of the weapon, so I imagine whilst it'll do more damage, you'll probably be less mobile than the lighter versions. Finally, we have information about one of the new sub-weapons. This one is called the Angle Shooter, which fires a beam able to bounce and ricochet off surfaces. So if you can get the right angle, you can do some very sneaky shooting. Now let's move on to the special weapons, because there are some really awesome ones in here, many of which seem a lot more creative than some of the abilities we've seen previously. First, we'll look at the Wave Breaker, that essentially acts as a motion detector that will highlight any enemy caught in its radius. Not only is it able to locate opponents, but it is also able to do damage. The waves you can see being emitted can damage enemy players if they touch them. These can easily be dodged by jumping over them, but with how crazy the matches are in Splatoon, you can get easily distracted, so I think this will be trickier than it initially seems. Next, we have the Tacticooler. This is a summonable drinks dispenser that has 4 cans attached to it. When you drink one of the cans, your character gets a buff. In the Nintendo Direct presentation, they mentioned this has a variety of effects, so possibly it's just randomized so you don't know what you're going to get, or there may be variants of the ability. The only buff we can clearly see here is a speed boost. As there are 4 cans, it also means you can share them with your teammates so they can benefit from the ability as well. This is going to be a great ability for those who like to play more supportively. Then we have the Reef Slider, which I absolutely love how it's an inflatable shark lilo that literally blows up. So yeah, this sharky friend allows you to traverse across an area extremely quickly. Once it is charged and reaches its destination, it will explode, splatting all enemies within a fairly large radius. Now, there are some enemies in Splatoon 2 that already do this, but another new special weapon on the way is the Ink Vac. Basically, this vacuum sucks up any enemy ink before it has the chance to land. Once it has collected ink, you are able to fire it right back at the enemy. The more ink you collect, the more you'll be able to fire back. Then we have the Zip Caster, Splatoon 3's version of the grappling hook. Although this works as you'd expect, you can swing and stick on surfaces, but when the ability runs out, it will return you to where the Zip Caster was originally fired from. Basically, this allows you to do hit and run tactics. So we're going to continue with special weapons, but the next few are basically altered versions of weapons we've seen in previous titles. The first 2 are the Triple Ink Striker and the Trizooka. I think you can probably have a good guess at what these do. Yes, these are essentially amended versions of the Ink Zooka and Ink Strike. The Trizooka, for example, shoots 3 missiles, which are apparently going to do more damage but distribute less ink. The Triple Ink Strike, on the other hand, is slightly different in the fact that you can mark where each strike is going to land. The second 2 weapons in this category were featured in the original Splatoon. We have the Killer Whale 5.1, an upgraded version of the original Killer Whale. The player summons 6 megaphones that fire lasers at any enemy within range. We also have the Big Bubbler, an improved version of the Bubbler. This creates a bubble shield around an area, but it has a generator sticking out of the top of it. The generator is the weak point which other players can shoot to destroy the shield. The final new special weapon wasn't actually mentioned in the Nintendo Direct presentation, but we have seen it in several trailers over the past few months, and that of course is the Crab Tank. This crab mech is armed with 3 cannon turrets which have 2 firing types. One type works like the Explosher, it fires a projectile that explodes on contact, and the other fire mode is a barrage of regular splat bullets. The tank also allows you to move and strafe and can even turn into a ball to help you traverse faster and climb walls. From the description, it seems like the Crab Tank is going to be very powerful indeed, but presumably this will take much longer to charge than most other abilities. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know what your favourite new Splatoon 3 weapon is in the comments below. But other than that, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, turn on notifications, and if you want to support the channel further, check out my Patreon page by clicking on screen now or through the link in the description. Okay, thanks guys, bye. Bye.